What's going on, guys? I got another video for you today. This is the second of two videos that I'm doing for Sabers. And Brian, I'm going to say to you exactly what I said to Dana, the last customer that I was, excuse me, the last customer that I was recording for, which is you've stuck with me through this process, and I do truly appreciate that. It's been a long few months, and I've been behind on work that I consider is not normally like me. And so I really do appreciate you stuck with me. You've been an incredible customer. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. I do have the best customers and people that I get to work with on these that become people that I become very friendly with. And I appreciate that because, like I said, they're always so reasonable and understanding. So with that being said, here's your Saber. It is a KSith Sabers Luke V2. It has been weathered by me. I did all the stenciling as well as the acid weathering. Right now with the light and the way the light's shining, it looks pretty shiny, but I can tell you in person, it's a nice dulled silver. There's nothing super shiny about it. Like I said, it really does look pretty killer. And I'm really, truly happy with the way it came out. So again, really, I mean, you can see the weathering work on this. This is the second Luke V2 weathering I've done. Again, like I said, I've enjoyed it. I think it looks awesome and way better than just random black paint smudges, you know, on the hilt. So internally, we do have a Proffie board with a Neopixel adapter up top, and then a Goth 3D Designs chassis, and then actually a KSith Sabers 18650 lithium-ion battery, 15 amp high drain, 28mm bass speaker, and a kill switch and a 1.3mm recharge port, which means that you're going to need an adapter for your 3.7 volt battery charger, which I'm going to have to check the order notes. I don't know if you ordered one with us. I don't believe so, but I'm going to have to take a look here. Anyways, but you will need to buy an adapter, which I can always point out to you. On Amazon, it's like $8, nice and easy. And then you also need, for a Proffie board, where is it here? You will need an SD card reader like this, which this will be provided because this comes with the SD card that we purchased, or that I believe you sent me yours, but either way, I'm going to give this to you because I have a ton lying around. You're also going to need a USB to micro USB cable. It has to be one that is rated for data transfer. This one is in Insignia. I got it at Best Buy. I think it was, again, like $10. Again, make sure it's rated for data transfer. If not, it's just going to charge, actually it's going to charge nothing. So make sure you get the one with data transfer. Anyways, so I'm going to show you the internals of the Saber first, and then we can get to the fonts and all the fun stuff. So couple small notes. You'll notice that you have a set screw right here, which doesn't do anything. It's just there. You want to make sure that your clamp card is always lined up with there, at least relatively so. Reason being is that if you've seen this hilt without the clamp on it, there's just some slots underneath this, and that's where the wires for the switches run, because the switches are under here. And if you start to twist this a ton, then you could break the switch wires, and you don't want to do that. So always just double check and make sure that this is lined up. It shouldn't twist much on its own. But again, always just keep an eye on it. Obviously, if anything happens, I'll take care of you. It's just, we don't want to have to deal with that. You don't want to have to deal with it. No one wants to have to deal with it. So keep an eye on that. Second is, actually, I'll go to this part first. I'm going to discuss with you. I've custom designed and printed a holder for your Neopixel adapter. It's in there right now. However, it is loose to be pulled out, and I'm going to talk to you about what we think is best. There's no real need to swing this around without a blade in it, and even if you do, this thing isn't going to come flying out with a lot of force, and that might make it easier if you ever need a future repair. So it's just something to discuss with you. It doesn't affect the performance of the Saber at all. But just so you know, if you see this and we've discussed and we've decided to leave it this way, that is why it is that way. Anywho, so we'll flip upside down, and then we're going to look how to change fonts and everything on the Saber. You take off your pommel, you have this one, as well as, there it is, a vented pommel, or non-vented pommel like that. This will muffle all the sound, but it's more accurate to the prop. So that's off, that's off, place those to the side. So you have a speaker here, and obviously to pull it out, you want to be able to, and you just grab it by this little, piece there, and it pops out. And when it does, it actually comes out all the way. It has 2 pin connectors and magnets to keep it in place. And when you look in here, I'm going to try and there we go. I'm trying to do this all without looking. So you have your micro USB port. This is used to change anything on the Saber, excluding putting sound fonts on. To put sound fonts on, you use the SD card right there, which you can pull out with a pair of needle nose pliers. Moving down, you have your switch to turn the Saber on and off. So off is towards the lever, and then on is obviously the other way. Then you have your recharge port, 1.3 millimeter, and then your excuse me, your speaker connector right there. So the Saber's on right now, and what you need to do, I was telling you this, we were talking about this, is it takes a little practice, but you don't want to shove the speaker in. It's a very easy process again, but you don't want to push door because you don't want to bend these pins right here. Okay, so you look in, and I know that right now that the Saber is straight up and down this way, and so I'm going to turn these around and put these straight down. And actually, I slid it in literally perfect that time, but I'm going to do it as if it didn't. Basically, this cross piece is going to go between these 2 cubes, the pommel cubes. So you'll know it's not in if it's out at all from the bottom. So I'm going to twist it at all, and it should just slide right in. If it doesn't, if it seems like it's stuck, what I always do is I always push down just gently on this edge, the lower edge where the pins are, not on the speaker, on the edge of the speaker holder right here. Because by doing that, again, okay, it hasn't set in good this time, which is good. So I'm kind of, see, as soon as you push down that edge, it lets it pop in. I never spent a lot of time on that, and I apologize. It's just because of the fact that you don't want to be bending those pins, and so, you want to try and just know what you're doing on that one. You can open the Saber, which you shouldn't ever have to, but by twisting it this way and pulling, again, so you can and get access to the inside, but again, you don't want to do that. So let me just get this in here and then twist close. Anyways, so let's finally get this fired up. I am going to grab your blade here. It sits in the top here. You just I grab by the upper grenade section, and then I just kind of grab it and pop it in there. You're not going to hurt it, so give it a good push. You'll notice that there's an off-colored ring, and that should be about 1/4 of an inch out, I would say. So that's how you're going to know it's in all the way. And you'll know it's in all the way because it turns on. Oops. So where the hell is it? So you also have right here at the top is a set screw in order to lock the blade in. So thumb tight is all you need. You don't want to be drilling new ones for that. It's pretty pressure fit in there. And so this is just, again, random. So I'm trying not to, it's hard to really do all that with, the blade in while I'm at my desk, but to get your fonts, it's a little bit louder. So upper is ignition, lower is changing fonts.
Smooth gray.
So got a nice flame blade right now. I'm trying to find a font that has a nice, loud, smooth. So there you go, it's better. So, that you can at least hear the smooth going off. You can. So, just to get the blaster to go off. And then you can hold it, and while holding that, so I said, it'll take a lot of messing. You'll get used to it. We all get used to it. Let's see. It's like a blue flame blade, which is pretty cool.
If you will not turn to the dark side, then perhaps she will.
So this is actually a Luke font. This is not a Vader font. That's just... I forget if this is LS6 or The Return. It's one of the two, but either way. So you got a nice, cool green blade, and then the other Luke font.
Luke Skywalker.
Again, a nice green blade. Looks awesome, both on camera and in person. It looks wonderful. So like I said, you got
CNC. Light.
a bunch of... You have some of the fonts are doubled up on here. So it's got like a yellow flickering blade. Because some of this stuff has been left at stock fonts. This is a Mace Windu font. This is your hero font, which you requested as purple, and so I put it as Mace Windu's thing. But this has every main Jedi. It has like Ahsoka, Mace, Qui-Gon, Obi. I don't know if it has Yoda, but a nice purple blade in there, which is awesome. Let's see here.
Smooth fuzz.
Oh, this is a cool one that I don't know if I can get on camera, but it starts off as like a red blade, and then actually transitions to like a blue blade. So again, pretty cool. There's so many options.
Rogue Commander.
And I believe this is one of my favorites. Yeah, which is like the rainbow blade. So it just goes, blue, red, green, yellow, and pink, and kind of just starts scrolling down. Again, random things.
Dense, smooth, balance, light. I am a Jedi.
This is the Luke one again.
Like my father before.
So, just to kind of have an idea of all the things that this saber can do. So again, your saber is complete. Like I said before, and I do appreciate you sticking with me. This came out really well. I'm extremely proud of it, and I love the way it looks. I think it's just a great hilt, and this makes me really want to have one. So, again, Brian, I appreciate everything. I hope you truly love this saber. I know you said it was going to be a shelf queen, so I hope it fits the role of that really well. And obviously, as always, if you have any questions, concerns, problems, you always, have a way to get a hold of me. So I said, thank you guys, and I hope you have a good day.